Hi everybody, welcome to our Community Health and Education show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie Diep, and I'm here today with my co-host, KIჩვენ. We have two very special guests, that is Santa and Mrs. Claus, all the way from the North Pole. Cảm ơn quý vị, Julie Diep và KIჩვენ. Kính chào quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV. Trong chương trình kiến thức, y khoa, gia đình và xã hội, hôm nay Julie với Tina mời được Santa Claus với Mrs. Claus lên đài. Santa and Mrs. Claus, welcome to our show.
Thank you for having us.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for your friendship and also for being with us to continue to serve our community.
It's my pleasure. I enjoy what I do.
Tina, do you have a very important first question we want to ask?
Well, first of all, this is my first time meeting Mrs. Claus and Santa Claus. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming out to our community, especially this time. The kids will be, will feel joyful to see both of you. First of all, did you have how did you have a connection with our community? I heard that you perhaps volunteer at various places in our community.
I do. I do volunteer work for the church that we help build out in Chino Hills and the school that we help build out there. And I help with OC autism. I got hooked up with Julie a few years ago.
Oh.
And so, and we've been having a ball as her program of having breakfast with Santa Claus. So, yes.
Last year we did a event for a homeless shelter, and it was women. It was mostly women and their kids, right. And it was really great.
That was held at a restaurant, I think up in Montclair. Anyway, it was another one where it was families and had a ball. They take pictures with me, and we handed out presents to them, and they wanted us to partake of the meal that they had, but when Santa Claus is there, he doesn't eat. It's not good getting stuff in your beard. Okay? It's not. So, yeah.
So, kính thưa quý vị, ông bà già Noel ngày hôm nay rất là đặc biệt đến với chương trình của Tina và Julie, đặc biệt trong cái thời gian Covid này, và ông bà cũng có dành những cái thời gian quý báu như vậy đến với cộng đồng của chúng ta. Đặc biệt là Tina được biết là ông già Noel đã đến với cộng đồng của chúng ta qua chị Julie. Cái chương trình của chị Julie là gì chị? OC Autism. Thì mỗi năm ông volunteer cái giờ của mình để mà đến với các cháu, các em, để đem tới một cái mùa Christmas đến cho cộng đồng người Việt Nam, và nhất là những em bị tự kỷ. Dạ vâng. So tell us a little more about the role in the Christmas. Was he there to take picture, gift with the kids, or how is it? What's your memory with the Tell us a little bit about the time that you're spending with the kids there at autism.
First year she had me there, it was interesting because we just sat and took pictures. Some of the other years, she's actually had me involved in the opening ceremonies, and that's been a lot of fun. We sit and take pictures, hundreds of pictures of the families, and they're all welcome to take pictures with me. Not so much handing out presents. That's done by her group, and a lot of times she has volunteer groups that help her with that. But my job there is basically to be there and take pictures with the kids. And the kids are just amazing. They really are.
Did you get a variety of reactions from the kids?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. They're either running away from me screaming, or they are running and jumping in my lap, one or the other. And the ones that are running away screaming, it's really fun, because if you had somebody that was small and was running away, you and I and the child, you would sit on my knee and take a picture as that way. And the child is usually at that point, you know, much calmer and much happier at that point. Some aren't. Some are a handful, and I can see mom battling with them. And some of the pictures that they take home have got to be very, very interesting. So, yeah.
Now, Mrs. Claus, what is it that you remember doing during these events? Because I know Santa gets all the attention, but I know your job is so important. It's not just the day of the event, but in preparation for Santa. Tell me about, you know, what he's wearing and what is your job to keep the beard and keep his physique?
Well fed.
Well, yeah. I would say that my job is to make sure that the suit's ready, it's clean, and schedule is the main thing. He also has been this suit is about 40 years old, and it's been through a lot.
It's handmade by you.
Yeah,
Wow.
I made it. Yeah, many years ago. Our first Santa event was about 43 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so after wearing a city suit for a preschool event that he volunteered, well, actually I volunteered him for, we've done volunteering for preschool, then Girl Scouts, and then we did church events, and we do the preschool and school. And that's been going on we've had breaks where there were a few years where we weren't doing it, but more or less it's been 43 years of being Mrs. Claus, and I just make sure everything's there. All the candy canes are ready, and all the scheduling is done and all that.
The other thing too is, because I want to jump in here, when we're doing the OC Autism Breakfast, she is a tremendous help as far as getting families organized, ready to go, seated in the picture, little girls with hair in front of their faces, getting it back so that they look nice in the pictures. She's a major support for me when we're doing the OC Autism thing.
Absolutely. Kính thưa quý vị, bà già Noel cũng chia sẻ với chúng ta về cái công việc mà bà già Noel giúp đỡ cho ông già Noel trong khi mà ông bận rộn với tất cả các thiếu nhi hoặc là những người gia đình đến chụp hình với mình. Đó là những cái công việc mà thật sự bà đã giúp đỡ ông về những cái bộ quần áo như bà tự tay bà làm cho ông 40 năm về trước, rồi những cái chuyện lặt vặt nhỏ nhỏ mà khi mà ông ra ngoài ngồi mà chia sẻ với các em với Christmas á, thì bà ở đây cũng phải chỉnh sửa những cái bộ tóc của những người chụp hình rồi để cho những cái tấm hình đẹp trên gia đình thì rất là quý báu thưa quý vị. Những người mà có thể nhìn giống như ông già Noel thì rất là quý. Thưa quý vị, có thể là nói mình đi những cái mall mình để mình chụp hình, mình có thể đếm đầu ngón tay là có những người ông già phải thật sự giống ông già Noel thì mới đặc biệt là mình có thể chụp hình để mà có một tấm hình rất là đẹp. Thì đây một gia đình mình có cả ông già Noel và bà già Noel nữa kính thưa quý vị, cho nên là một cái hình ảnh cho cái tấm hình gia đình rất là đẹp thưa quý vị. So I heard that you volunteer a lot various places, and I know I was telling my audience that it's very rare to to have somebody like really look like you have to have the physical look that looks like the real Santa, because for the kids to really believe in it, because they're really smart, right?
Yes, they are.
They're like, are you the real Santa?
Oh,
you
yes.
know, so did you get invited to those people, the Santas in the mall, to various places, basically a paid job?
Yeah,
because you're very it's very rare to have both Mrs. Claus and Santa Claus.
Well, before you
time.
answer the question, I want to paraphrase a question, because I know Skip as a friend.
I see.
And my question, and I want to paraphrase what she's saying, is, you know, why is it that you choose to volunteer your time versus getting a paid gig as Santa Claus?
Right.
Okay. I was made this way, all right? And if you're made this way, you have to give back to the community. Okay, you can't continually take and take and take, for me anyway. And so, needless to say, this is one of the major ways that I give back to the community is by portraying, okay, Santa Claus and bringing the joy to adults and children. There's nothing better than watching an adult look at me and immediately be brought back to their childhood and some very happy memory.
That's great. So we'll be right back with more answer of you're sharing us with why are you volunteering instead of having a paid position.
Right.
Xin thưa quý vị, giữ làn sóng kiến thức y khoa gia đình chúng tôi sẽ trở lại với sau phần quảng cáo ngắn.